Just gonna do another little quick night ride. Not really sure where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check out some new roads, I guess. What's going on, everybody? Let's get to it. Let's get out there. Let's ride. That's what we're here for, right? Let's ride. Why buy a motorcycle if you ain't gonna ride it? So many cases where I've heard people say, I own a motorcycle, but I never ride it. Can't do that, man. Take it to work every once in a while, especially if you're living down here in the south where rain ain't a thing. Take it to work sometimes. Nothing hurting you taking it to work. So yeah, we're just gonna ride around. Just cruise. Not really sure how many videos I'm gonna post a day, but honestly, anytime I'm riding I feel like recording, so that's what we're doing. Safe both ways. Let's get on it. The old neutral. Gotta love the old neutral. Now let's just see where the roads take us today. Go on a southbound adventure, I guess. So here in July, about the 17th, I'm going to be making a trip up to Indiana on this bike. And anybody watching this video, if you feel like commenting, let me know if you think I should record that. Because honestly, I'd love to record that. That'd be so badass to record that entire trip up there. Just catch the scenery. I hate when people cut out like that. Don't do that, bro. Check your lanes first. Anyway, catch the scenery on the way up. Just enjoy the view. Take it all in. Yeah, y'all let me know if you want me to record that for you. I'll post it every single stop. I don't care. And it'll be a raw photo or a raw video all the way up. No edits, no nothing. Just whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think this thing, it's got 365 miles driven on it right now. It's kind of broke in. So I figured I could make a 1,000-mile trip on it. No issues. Ugh, I hate that bump. They're doing some construction work here, so everything's all wonky here. Yeah. I'm gonna go this way. I've been this way before many, many times. In fact, this is the way to get to where I bought my motorcycle. If you are in the DeRidder-Leesville area of Louisiana and you're looking to get into motorcycles, there's one place I recommend everybody go, and that is Motion Cycle Sports. It's where I bought this. It's where I bought my Z125, or it's where I got my Z125. My roommate paid for that, technically. And if I buy another motorcycle, same place I'm going to go to. I've been to other shops. They all mark up so bad it's not even funny. These guys are fair on the price all the way through. And I know the boss man, he's a straightforward guy. If you can't afford a bike, he'll tell you, look, I don't recommend you getting this bike yet. Get this bike instead. Build your credit up, build your loans up, build your equity up, get your money up. And then when you're ready, come back and we'll get you that bigger bike. The dude's awesome. So yeah, if you're in the area, check him out. I'm not sponsored by him, but shit, I wish I was. That'd be cool. So yeah, we're just gonna cruise tonight. It's got a 65-mile-per-hour road up ahead, so I figured I'd see how the wind sounds through the mic at 65, because at 55 there was no change. You can still hear me just fine. But I don't know about 65, you know what I mean? The lane swap. I ain't gonna lie, the mirrors on this 300 CRF, they are immaculate. Not even gonna lie to you. They're where they need to be. And that's the downside to Kawasaki. I'm a big Kawasaki fan, but the downside to Kawasaki is, at least the ones I've been on so far, the mirrors, they just don't get where they need to be. But on this bike, I've got, like, my right mirror is covering both lanes behind me, and my left mirror is covering both lanes behind me. It's good. It's really good all the way. I like it. pick up our pace and just go for a cruise. I have noticed, because I've gotten this bike up to 70 going down the 65 road, I have noticed if there's enough wind out, this front tire will wobble like crazy, and I don't like that. That's one downside to this bike. But other than that, it's a good bike. My roommate's got a 2021 model of this bike, and I use that to go on the trails. Of course, back then I was an absolute amateur, so it beat me up. But I loved it. It was still fun. It hurt, but it was fun. I dropped it a couple times, and we didn't think ahead, so he had a mirror still on it, and I ended up breaking one of the mirrors off. He bought replacements since then, but I felt bad. I told him I'd replace it myself, but he insisted it was fine. So there's that. But yeah, I dropped that bike like 5 or 6 times because the trail that we were on is called Kisatchie Trails, and we were on one of the harder courses. Again, an amateur on the harder courses. Who does that? My roommate was a bad influence at that. But the trail would be mud, then dirt, like just straight dirt, and roots, lots of roots everywhere, and then it would just be straight sand at some spots. And every time I came up to the sand, and they say when in doubt throttle it out, but I was too scared, so I'd stop throttling and then I'd fall over. It didn't hurt because obviously I was falling in the sand, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to find that confidence when you're a new rider to just throttle it out, you know what I mean? But as I've been riding this one, I've become accustomed to that style of biking, and I figure once I get back from Indiana and my roommate gets his stuff situated, because currently his truck is down, so he only has his motorcycles to ride to work and back, and he's in the Army, so they kind of throw fits about that. But I figure once we get his truck situated and get everything situated around, we can hit the trails again, and I'll bring you guys along if I get the GoPro around, because I should have that within the next 3 months. I know it sounds like it's a long time to get a GoPro, but it's whatever. I gotta save money, gotta make payments, I'm also planning on moving out of there soon, so I gotta save money for my own place and whatnot as well. So priorities, and all that, you know what I mean? But at some point I'll have a GoPro, and at some point he and I will hit the trails, and I will bring you guys along for that. I'm sure it's gonna be terrible for me. I'm still gonna probably end up falling. I'm gonna hate every bit of it. I'm just going to tell them, look, I'll ride the back roads. I don't care. I'll stay on the dirt roads, but the trails, those are too advanced for me. Yeah, that hurt. I actually messed my wrist up. I had to have surgery on my wrist when I was 22. I had a steel plate or a steel screw in my wrist, and bending it at certain angles hurts. So stuff like that, just falling on that arm and falling on that wrist a lot hurt. So I'm kind of like skeptical of doing it again, but I'll give it a try, you know what I mean? And if not, there's always dirt roads, you know what I mean? I can always just blast down the dirt roads back there while he rides the trails and have my own sort of fun. Yeah, so planned trip to Indiana, probably going to record it, not really sure yet, because all I have right now is my phone, and that's a lot of storage, because it's a 17-hour ride up there. That's a lot of storage in 17 hours. But hit me with a comment, give me that motivation. I'll do my best to do it. I'll clear up as much space as I can just to record a 17-hour drive. I don't mind. I'll do it up there and back. I don't care either way. It'll be fun to me. I'm going irregardless, but if you want recordings, I'll bring you a recording. So yeah, right now we're going down this lovely road. It's actually might be 65 right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm going a little slow. I'm slouching. No, it's still 55 here. We're actually about to drop to 45. Yeah, we dropped to 45. Once we exit here, however, it will be just a flat-out 65 zone for 4 or 5 miles, and then we'll end up in a place called Rose Pine. Lovely place. The cops there are kind of always watching. And I mean, I drive safe, but I'm sure a lot of motorcyclists get pulled over there. Yeah, today was a rough day for me though. I don't even know how I have the motivation to make this video right now, but here I am. My roommate told me I needed to help him mow the yard, but he's in the Army, so he couldn't help. So I essentially mowed the yard myself. And they kind of let the grass go a little long for a bit there, so it took me about 5 hours to mow the yard, and I was in the sun. It was like 97 degrees out all day. No clouds in sight, just straight sun the whole time. So I am severely sunburnt right now, and I'm like mentally drained because of that. So I'm trying to like make this video just to pass the time, and it feels amazing on my hands right now, the wind. So I'm taking advantage of that. Plus I'm in a sitting position, so I'm off my feet because I was on my feet all day. My goodness, am I exhausted. But I'm still mentally alert. I can still pay attention to my mirrors. I can still ride safe. So that's the plan. So just up at this bend, it's going to go to 65. And we're just going to see how the audio sounds at 65. It's crazy because it goes from 45 to 65 in an instant. I do love this bike. It accelerates really nicely, so I can catch up the pace. The problem with the Z125 is it just could not go 65. This bike here, look at this, easy, right up there, no hesitations. I'm not going as fast because I want to keep my little bit of a cushion between me and that guy in front of me there, since he decided to merge lanes without a turn signal. Big pet peeve of mine. Don't merge lanes without a turn signal, guys. Come on. It happens so often down here, it's ridiculous. And they'll do it right in front of you. They don't care. Like, you saw how close he was to me. He did it right in front of me. But, yeah. So I'm wondering how the audio might sound. I'm sure there might be some wind getting picked up now that we're going a little faster. But if not, Ride Kings, hit me up. I'll sell your product all day, because this headset it's amazing. For the price, since I paid $60 for this on sale, it's like $120 or something like that off sale. I paid $60 for this on sale because I paid for the fast shipping. It was only $55, but I paid for fast shipping, which was $5 more to make sure it got here in time for me to be able to utilize it while riding up north. And I have to say, I've been in a Discord call with my buddy, and he said, "You're going how fast?" I told him I was going 55. He said, "I don't hear a thing except for you talking, dude." It cuts everything out except for my voice, and I think that is all you need in a headset. For the price, it's half, if not less than half the price of all the other helmet comms I've seen. And I do apologize, the wind's pushing the phone around there, so we're in a little bit of a panoramic move, I guess. But half the price of the other headsets and just as quality as them, what more could you ask for? So like I said, if me going 65 here and I can still hear myself, and when I post it y'all can still hear me talking, I'm gonna tell you here now, there's no other headset I'm gonna preach for, because they proved themselves to me. That's all that matters. I don't know why I'm such a chatbox, I swear. I'm slightly antisocial, but when I'm by myself, I just talk. Which is weird, but you know. So yeah. I love this this highway here. It's such a smooth highway in terms of condition. It gets bumpy here and there, but that ain't a big deal. The only thing you really gotta watch out for is deer and other animals. There's a lot of raccoons around here, and there's also armadillos around here. The other day I seen an armadillo that was roadkill, and I felt so bad. My poor little fella. But I know that a lot of people hate armadillos, which is weird. yes, they're kind of a pest, I guess. My roommate's wife, she hates armadillos. Says they ruin everything around the area. They'll just dig up your shit, tear it up. And I was like, it's just animals doing animals, you know what I mean? It's what they do. One night we had an armadillo in my yard, and if you want to see that video, I have a recording of it. I can post it on here as well. Had an armadillo in the yard, and I kicked him out. I was like, hey, you gotta go, little buddy, otherwise my roommate's wife will not treat you so well. So I kicked him on down the way, and off he went. So far, I'm just loving this ride. This bike is of quality. It's not what I wanted, don't get me wrong. What I want has 3 times the top speed and 3 times the power as this bike. But for what it is, I'll take it. Because this is a perfect bike to get up to Indiana and back on. Because I'm getting 76 miles to the gallon. I mean, come on. I don't think I'm going to get that on a ZX6R. 50, 60 maybe, but not 76, no. Not almost 80. I believe we're in a 55 zone right now, so I probably should back it up a little bit here. There's a lot of roads out this way I haven't turned on because I typically only go this way to either go to the gun shop to buy guns or ammo, because you can never have enough guns, which some people say, oh, sure you can, but I don't believe them. And if you guys want to see my guns, I could show you them. I'm not sure how YouTube will take that, but I could showcase them. Just ask in the comments. But other than that, my roommate does videos on shooting. If you want me to link his channel in the comments down below, I can. He does load testing and all this other stuff with his rifles that he has. And his rifles are a lot cooler than mine. I'm just going to tell you that here now. But he has his own channel for that, and it's very interesting stuff to watch because it's something he's passionate about. And I love shooting too, but if I can buy another bike or buy more ammo, I think I'd buy another bike, you know what I mean? That's just how I feel. And it's his fault. My roommate got me into riding. He's the whole reason I ride motorcycles right now. Because he figured, because he helped me move down here to live with him, because I come from Indiana and so does he. But he's in the Army, and he ended up buying a house down here, and he said, hey, come live with me. And I'm like, sure, sounds good. And he helped me get that Z125 that I no longer have possession of because his wife, she don't like me too much, I guess. I don't care. But I went and bought this, and she threw a fit about it, so I gave up the Z125 because I just didn't want to deal with her. That's why I'm contemplating moving out. But other than that, he brought me down here, and he bought that Z125 for me so that I had something to ride. And you know, I was averaging 100, 110 miles to the gallon, and I would put $6 in gas a month in that bike, getting to work and back. And it was worth every moment because it was a new experience. Never rid a motorcycle before. And this was a year ago this month. So I have a little over an exact year of riding experience. And it's only going to keep going from there because of him. So I finally saved up enough money, got my own bike. She threw a fit. I gave up the 125 because I just didn't want to deal with it. So that'll no longer be in videos. I have to change my PFP for that, but this is my start bike for that. So this is going to be featured in videos probably through this year. And then once I get this fully paid off, because it's still on lease right now, well, loan, whatever you want to call it. Once I get this fully paid off, then I'm going to stack money, just save every penny back, get my own place. Hopefully by the time I decide to actually move out, because he didn't give me a deadline, but I gave myself a deadline. I want to be out probably by the end of next year. just to play safe. So I'm gonna stack every cent I have. I mean, I'm eating at work to save money because they let me have free food there. I can't complain. So I'm eating at work just to save money. And I mean, I had $2,000 saved up in 2 months, which doesn't sound like a lot, but where I work, I don't make that much money. I'm working on getting a better job. Eventually, some point, I will find a better job. That, or if, YouTube kicks off and y'all support me enough, which I'm never going to preach that like, subscribe, hit the bell notification stuff. I'm never going to preach that. I don't got time for that. If you like my content, you're going to subscribe. If you like my content, you're going to hit like. If you like my content, you're going to comment. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Like, I don't even, when I'm watching YouTube, half the time I don't even like a video, but I'll still leave a comment because I like the content. I don't subscribe or nothing like that. And then sometimes when that video hits so much, I'm just like, man, I gotta hit the subscribe button. I gotta see more of this. So when someone actually grabs my attention, that's when I subscribe. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm ever gonna be that good at YouTube, but I'm still gonna post videos, and if you like it, you like it. If you want to subscribe, you'll subscribe. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna push that stuff. On that note, as I was saying, I'm looking for a better job. Still, I haven't really found anything. I really, honestly, since got into motorcycles, have kind of found a passion to work on motorcycles as well. So I'm thinking if I can get into like a school for motorcycle mechanicry, I will take it in a heartbeat. And we actually passed the shop that I bought this bike from. I'll go by there and do a quick stop. That way no one thinks I'm suspicious or anything. But I want to get into this right here, working on motorcycles, and maybe start a shop off that. Like, get my own shop. But for now, it's just save up every penny I can, do something about getting some schooling, and ride. Make videos. Alright, we're gonna do a U-turn up ahead because we don't really need to go into DeRidder itself. DeRidder itself is a busy place. I don't really feel safe. I have to go this way if I want to get ammo for my guns and whatnot. But otherwise, I don't really feel safe going this way because it's busy. It's like a city, so it's busy. It's no Alexandria. I don't like going there, but you know how it is. So yeah, we're gonna not turn around here because that looks like a police over there. I'm gonna find somewhere, stop out, probably get some gas, honestly. Down to half tank, might as well. I like to keep my tank full. Don't know why. Honestly, nah. We'll get gas on the way back. I don't really want to stop here. But yeah, that's my current goals, I guess. Get my own place. Keep making videos, maybe. Buy a new vehicle on the motorcycle, maybe buy a car. Yeah, sounds good. That sounds like a plan. Well, we ended up in DeRidder, which I mean, it's nighttime, so it's not so busy out here, but still hate being here. Especially since I've seen like 4 cops. I'm also not going the speed limit. I'm going under the speed limit because I'm distracted. I think if I'm going to go for a ZX6R, I'm probably going to apply for an auto loan for it instead of going through financing through them, because the company that finances Kawasaki at that dealership, because like I said, it's the only place I'll buy a bike from. I love them to death. They're great people in there, and they do their best to make sure everything you're doing and getting is what you need. But I think I'm gonna get an auto loan instead of financing because it goes through Synchrony, and I've had bad issues with Synchrony, and so they don't tend to approve me for anything. It's not necessarily my fault that I had gotten a secure card through them and attempted to use it, and every time I would try to use it, it would decline. So I canceled it, and they kept doing the monthly charge for it, despite me not having it anymore. So that's on my credit report as 2 missed payments before they finally realized, hey, this has been canceled. And I called them to take it off because that's a load of crap. And they did but didn't. And we'll turn somewhere up ahead, figure out a spot. That would have been a good spot, but that's all right. We'll go up to the next lane here. Sure, there's a lane here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, as I was saying, so Synchrony doesn't like me. I don't like Synchrony either. They can eat some adult members, if you know what I mean. And I think that was a one-way, so I should probably find another way out of here. Is there another way out of here? I don't know this spot at all. Well, they just turned off here, so maybe there's a road over here I can get out at. So yeah, they don't like me, so instead of trying to finance for them 3,000 times, getting told no every time, I'm either just going to save up the money myself and buy the bike outright, or get an auto loan for it. And I know an auto loan will help my credit. I've made huge strides in my credit. It wasn't so great last year, and in the last 2 months alone, I've gone up 100 points, which is huge. When you really think about it, when you look at your credit and you think 100 points, that can't be that much. It's huge. So hopefully by the end of this year, I'll have a in good standing credit, get an auto finance loan, and so I mean, traffic is busy. Get me the bike I want. So I didn't necessarily want this bike, but since I couldn't get approved for the ZX6R, this is what I went with. And I don't hate it, and there's a reason I went with it. I went with it because I've been on one before. My roommate has one of these. It's a 2021 model, like I said. I've been on it before, so I know how to ride this bike. That's why I picked it. He said, the boss man said, you can get this bike, which was a cruiser. It was like it was all Honda, because Kawasaki wanted nothing to do with me, but Honda did, and they sell Honda and Kawasaki products in there. So I had a choice between a cruiser, which I was just shy of having enough money for, so that's why I didn't go with that. A 300 CRF like this one with ABS, or this one, and I'm like, I already rode this one. And I know the ABS model will be better, but it's $300 more. This is only $1,800 to put a down payment on. I might as well go with this. So that's why I have this bike instead of the other options, because I'm comfortable on this bike. And yes, ABS is great and all, but I'm not really, except for this trip to Indiana, I'm not really going fast. Like, this road here is the fastest I go. You know, 65 on the freeway. This is the fastest I go. Why would I need to go faster? I don't need ABS to stop myself because I'm always prepared. I'm always aware. And that's why that's why my channel is Safe on Two Wheels. I'm always prepared. I'm hyper alert, always checking my mirrors. When I slow down, I check my mirrors, make sure the person behind me, if anybody's there, can see me slowing down. If they don't see me slowing down, I'm not going to slow down. I'm going to get out of their way. But, so I didn't need the ABS for that. But if I get a ZX6R, it comes with ABS. It's on the bike. So that'll be nice once I get that bike. I said that won't be out, probably won't happen soon. But that is my next goal in life, is to pick up a ZX6R. Because that bike is versatile in every way. I know it's too fast of a bike. It is. It's entirely too fast of a bike. For its power range, it's a ridiculous bike. I've seen videos on YouTube of, and I've seen like 3 or 4 of them, as a ZX6R and ZX10R race, like a multi-class race, and the 6R guy was just dogging on the 10Rs on the turns, and yeah, on the straights the 10R passed him, but he'd always catch up and take him on the turns. And then we're talking almost half the power. That's insane. So that's why I want a ZX6R, because the bike is just a versatile all-around unit of a bike. And plus, I've seen enough videos online and I just fell in love with the bike. Like the way it looks, the way it feels. I've sat on it because he had one in the shop. It was metallic white with red accents and gray accents. Oh, what a beautiful bike. I was like, if I can get this bike, I'm gonna go get me a metallic white with black, with a gray and white accents on a helmet, and match it up, get gear that's white and all that. Just look nice and clean with the bike. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, it kind of, like I said, Synchrony, they hated me. Fuck them. I'll do it other ways. And, you know, the boss man, he was honest with me. With the wages I make right now, he's like, it's going to be a while before you can afford this bike. But when I walked in there, I could afford the bike. I did the calculations myself. The payments were only like $220 a month. Insurance was $90 a month. That's what, $310 a month? That's not that bad. I could afford that. He was being honest, but his honesty was flawed in a way. Alright, we're gonna hop up here at the shop here. This is where I buy my bikes at. Place is beautiful. Like I said, it's sketchy of me to just stop and look, but we're gonna stop and look. We're gonna pop our cautions on, and as you can see, lots of bikes in there. And the one I want's right over there. Yeah, I can't have it right now, but that's alright. We'll get it. So this is where I buy my bikes. He's mostly a Kawasaki dealer, but he also deals in Honda. And that's why I have this Honda. He also has, in the back here, some Z125s, which I'm thinking about picking up my own. Because it's not that expensive, really. I think it's like $3,600 total for a Z125. And I fell in love with that bike. That thing, you couldn't ask for a better starter bike. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Everyone says, oh, it's a bad starter bike because it's slow. No, it's the right starter bike. If you want to get into riding and you're not too tall, because it's a pretty small bike, a Z125 is the perfect bike to start on. Because there's no way to be overpowered on that bike. There's no way to go really fast. Because it has a top speed of 67 miles per hour. That's as fast as I've got it before 4th gear, which is its highest gear. Redlined and then cut power. Because they'll do that. They'll just straight cut power when they redline. It's a good feature to keep your bike from overheating. But, yeah, perfect starter bike. Could not ask for a better bike. And I know I really don't need one anymore, because I have faster bike now. But I miss my 125 that I had. I didn't want to give it up, but I didn't want to deal with that situation. So I'm going to get another one at some point. And I know the colors that he has in there right now, they're divine looking. I love them all. Every color he has in there looks amazing for this year. It's Kawasaki, they like to do specials on their colors each year. Typically, there's always a black bike, like the color black. But other than that, they have a special color for each year, and this year was their 40th anniversary, so they had that version. Then they had their Kawasaki Racing Team version. And then they had the metallic white, and I think one other color, I just can't remember it off the top of my head. I think it was a blue. Might be wrong. That could have been last year. I fell in love with that metallic white color. That bike was so crisp. I honestly wish I was riding that instead of this, but What can you do when your credit's low? If you want that backstory, just leave a comment about that. Sorry I'm rambling so much, but I'm just riding and rambling, you know what I mean? That's what most bikers do, believe it or not. We just ride and ramble. If we catch it on camera, we catch it on camera. So yeah, we're heading home now. That's the plan. Heading home now. So that's about me, I guess. My plans for the future, what I want to do, how I want to be. I'm never going to change who I am because it's just who I am. You know what I mean? Why change yourself? Be who you want to be. Don't copy someone else. Be the person you want to be. And I don't think there's a person out there like me. I'm gonna tell you that here and now. I'm rudely blunt sometimes. If I hate something or I don't like how you're talking to me or whatnot, I'm gonna let you know, or I'm gonna express that I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of Honda. He's riding a Honda dude. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Honda. But it's all I can get approved for at this time, and honestly, I ain't complaining. It's a good bike. The reason I'm not a fan of Honda is my roommate, he has a 650L, and the clutch lever has broke on it 3 times. And he's blown the tire out already, which that's just environmental hazards, really. He was riding on the side of the road, caught a screw. That happens. That's not really his fault. But he's done so much to the bike, and it doesn't run right, and it's brand new. He bought it last year, brand new. So I've seen so much happen to that bike, and then his 300, it's got 12,000 miles on it. Still runs all right. The exhaust fell apart on it though, because that's an aftermarket exhaust. Sorry, boss. I'll go 65 now. Anyway, that bike is kind of on its last leg because it was poorly maintained before we got it, and I've done my best to upkeep that bike because he doesn't upkeep much. He's in the Army. His time is devoted to the Army, so upkeep is not exactly on his vocabulary. So his wife upkeeps his clothing and all that other stuff. I upkeep his maintenance as best I can. He does change his own oil and all that stuff, but like if the bike's need clean, I'm out there cleaning. If the yard needs cut, like I said, sunburn from that, all he's got to do is say, hey, could you cut the yard? I'm going to be out there cutting that yard. I don't mind one bit. My thing is, if you want something from me, you have to ask me for it, you know what I mean? I'm not just going to get up and do it because I have my own job. I come home tired just the same. So, and that's something his wife doesn't do. She doesn't ask for anything. She just assumes I'm going to do it, and then we get into fights about it, or she doesn't like me because I don't do things because she never asks. You know, I got my own life. I'm not going to be chained down to what you want me to do, you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm rambling about personal life. I know we really shouldn't, but oh well. I'm just rambling and chatting. There's a thoughts that go through my head all the time, and they get to me sometimes, but in the end, I just adopt a that's great attitude and ignore, move on. And once I move out, I moved on. You know what I mean? That's my moving on. So I'm just gonna move out, not deal with her. She's the reason I want to move out. Don't tell him that, or tell him that. I don't care. She's the reason I want to move out. I don't want to deal with her anymore. She's, but enough about that subject. That's just a downer subject. Back to bikes. So I want to get the ZX6R. I want to get a 125 again. I miss mine. And I want to just travel with that. You know what I mean? Like just get on a bike, go for a trip, go around it, see new places, go down new roads. Which is what I did in the last few videos on this channel recently, but I didn't have this headset, so I don't expect anybody to watch those because the audio is dreadful. All you hear is wind. I plan to revisit those routes with this headset equipped so that you can get that experience without all the wind. I'm going slow because I got my low beam on. I don't know if I should turn my high beam on around here, to be honest. And I do apologize for the phone moving once again because, you know, wind. And it's on a crappy, cheap phone mount. That's another plan. That's another goal. I gotta get a GoPro. Gotta get a better system. And I'd like it to be mounted to my helmet so that it brings you to my perspective instead of a static perspective on the bike. But for now, this is what I have. And there's a lot of people out there that are like that, you know what I mean? They're making do with what they got, and that's what I'm doing. I'm making do with what I got. For now. Priority one was to get a new bike for myself, just so that I had my own bike, and I did. Here I am on my new bike, breaking it in. Priority two, get the recording stuff around so that I can bring better content, better visual content, less wind motion that we're dealing with now and whatnot. Bring better content through better equipment. Step 3 is to learn how to edit. I have no clue how to do that, so if anybody has advice on how to edit in the comments, or, you know, applications or desktop software that I can utilize to make these edits, because I'd like to make shorts, and really the trend with shorts is if you don't have music playing in your short's kind of meh. I'm never going to use that AI voice crap, I'm going to tell you that here now. That stuff sounds terrible. But as soon as I learn how to edit and start bringing better content through editing and whatnot, that'll be a huge boost. I feel like I'm just going to turn my high beams on. There we go. Now I can see if there's anything coming across that road. That's your biggest concern at night, is anything coming across the road. So you flip your high beam on, that way you're safe. I just love this road because it's always cool, as in the temperature, not. I mean, it's a pretty cool road to go down, but the temperature-wise, it's. So yeah. Another thing I need to figure out is how to separate videos into categories, so that when people come to the channel, I can separate my ZX6R videos from the CRF videos and 1.5 videos when or if I ever get those bikes. And I gotta figure that out. I'm gonna do research on stuff like that. I'm gonna do research on everything. You know? I got a buddy who does editing. I'm gonna talk to him about making edits or how to make edits and whatnot. He'll help me out. He used to have a 6R. His YouTube channel used to be called J6R, and my goodness, watching his videos, that bike was so beautiful back then. And that was like 4 years ago, so that was a what 2020 model or something like that. I think it was longer than 4 years. That was like 6 or so years ago. He's a good friend. He's always got advice when I need it, especially about motorcycles, because he has that experience. He had to get rid of his bike, but that's because life happens, you know what I mean? He has since told me he wants to get like an older, I think it was a BMW? No. Yamaha, maybe? He wants to get one of those 2000, I think he said 2009 model sport bike, or a super sport bike maybe. He's tired of these new generation of bikes, which I really can't say I'm tired of these new generation of bikes because I've only ever been on these new generation of bikes. So I don't know how an old bike should handle. Like I said, the oldest bike I've ever been on is a 2021 Honda CRF 300L. I have no idea what a normal, like a 2010 model bike handles or feels. Maybe someday I'll have that experience as well. Because I want to, like I said, I want to start getting into mechanics for motorcycles, and I'm gonna do some research on if there's a school around here for that. And if I can get that taken care of, start working on motorcycles myself. You can't see me. You can't see me waving. It's dark out. Why? But yeah. Start a shop off that. Maybe collaborate with Motion Cycle Sports and Boss Man there. And we can do business together. If he needs bikes maintained, I can come clean the bikes. I'm very meticulous about cleaning things. There's been so many business ideas in my head that I've had over the past 10 or so years. Like, cleaning wise, like becoming a car detailer, becoming a power washer, stuff like that. All those things, like to most people, oh, that's a chore. To me, I was sitting there with a power washer, just in general, and watching the dirt come off of a line. I do that all day. I genuinely could. But my newest thing since I've started riding motorcycles is I kind of want to work on bikes, and I think that's something I'm going to legitimately pursue as compared to all the other things that are like, oh, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. No, I'm genuinely interested in pursuing a career in motorcycle mechanics. And there are a lot of people around here who ride, and there are a lot of people around here who do not maintain a motorcycle very well. My roommate being one of those people. There's rust on his bikes and all this other stuff on him. When I had my Z125, if I ever even saw a speck of rust on that thing, I hit it with a wire brush and repainted it. It's mostly on the exhaust and the engine components, like the chain and whatnot. But yeah, so like the exhaust would rust on the pipe that would lead down to the muffler because that bike has a muffler on it. And I would hit it with a wire brush, clean it up real good, and just spray paint it matte black with a heat-resistant spray paint. Simple details like that, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the engine, I spray painted that with heat-resistant matte black spray paint because the bike was red and black, but the engine was a matte silverish color. Could not stand it. Could not stand it at all. So I spray painted the engine cover black because it looked better. And honestly, the bike does look better that way. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't have that bike in my possession anymore. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to get a new one. And when I get a new one, I'll probably do the same thing. It depends on the color I get. But for right now, this is what I got. And this bike has red, white, and blue on it. So silver engine covers look fine on it, you know what I mean? I know before I go on the trip, I know I'm just subject jumping because my brain just does that. I have ADHD, it happens. I know before the trip I'm going to do a quick chain maintenance, do a little lubrication on the chain, do an oil change, just prep the bike for travel. Coming into town now, the video's about to be over. Damn. I was enjoying the ride and chat so much. Another thing I thought about, and if you made it this far in the video and you've paid attention to what I've been talking about this whole time, I thought about hitting that go live button on YouTube. Let me know your comments on that. Should I go live and just be raw and ride that way? Just be open like I am now, just live? Or I also have a Twitch channel. I don't stream on there as much as I used to. But when I do stream on there, I thought about, instead of gaming, because I do game, instead of gaming, I could stream riding. Just go for a ride and hang out with Chad on a ride. I know that would be a little dangerous, but I mean, you do your best to pay attention to the road, and then where I have my phone mounted, if I get my GoPro stuff set up and whatnot, I have my phone set up for recording and all that, I can I can partially focus on my phone, but I'm not going to fully focus on that because that's dangerous. But yeah, I thought about hitting that go live button. So if you want to see that happen, let me know in the comments. Just hit me with a comment. Say, yeah, that sounds great. Do it. I want feedback. I want to know what I can improve as I'm going. You know what I mean? Like any good content creator would want feedback. But yeah, I thought about going live, and I thought about. I guess I could do like a too long don't read here situation. My plans for this year are on the 17th, go to Indiana on this bike, possibly record the whole trip based on comments. I'm going to be posting videos based on comments, possibly record the entire trip, post it on YouTube for you guys to watch. Other than that, and I don't know, like, I don't even know if I can post a 16-hour long video, to be honest. But I'll try. I mean, it's not going to be 16 hours straight. It's going to be a couple cuts and multiple recordings. But other than that, back to the too long don't read. Go to Indiana on the 17th, possibly record it, or might just say screw it and record it. Leave your comments on that. Get a Z125 first, because I know I can easily get a Z125 with the amount of money I can save. Because like I said, I saved $2,000 in 2 months. That's, for me, a lot of money when I don't have much money to begin with. Get a Z125 just so I can ride around town on it, because it's a perfect ride around town bike. There's not a better ride around town bike. And then next year, hopefully by the end of the year, get the ZX6R. And other than that, get recording equipment around, get learned on how to edit, get hopefully a degree in mechanics for motorcycles. And other than that, just enjoy the ride. Just like this, I enjoyed this ride. I didn't need to make this ride, but I enjoyed it. So we're gonna cut it here, because that's kind of where we started. We done our circle. We did our lap. So I appreciate y'all for watching. I really do. And if you want to leave a comment on what I can do better and whatnot, please let me know. Just leave a comment. Other than that, appreciate you guys, and I will catch you on the next one.